Let's go to Chiefs Raiders. We've seen money coming in on the Raiders at home, and I understand why. There's 7s on the board now. It opened at 7.5, 7s on the board now. This total still at 52.5. The Pinnacle opened at 52, but 53.5 across the board. Look, the Raiders' offensive line looked very good. The Raiders had a ton to play for. They, on Tuesday, I came in saying, Raiders are riding high, about to get flattened. I don't know if that's going to happen anymore. Tyreek Hill injured. He's uncoverable. He's not the best wide receiver in the league, but he's the hardest to cover. McCoy probably going to have a good season. Hardman, Kelsey, more of the same. But the Raiders' offensive line looked spectacular against Chubb and Miller. They had a certain level of motivation because of the whole AB situation. Will that happen here? The Chiefs got stronger and stronger as the game went on. Sammy Watkins looked incredible. Is the over in play at 53.5? This, to me, again, seems like a stay-away spot. Donnie, right side, Chiefs, Raiders.
Yeah, we'll keep it quick on this one. I don't have a pick six play on this one, but I do actually like the Oakland Raiders. I agree with the line movement towards the Oakland Raiders. When we're taking a look earlier in the show, when a lot of people point out, those back-to-back road games to start the season, and I tried to debunk it a little bit with the Buffalo Bills because, again, they're staying in the state of New York. They were all, quick. I'm assuming a 30-minute plane ride at most from what they have. This is a little bit different here because you take the Kansas City Chiefs flying from Kansas City down to Jacksonville, playing in the heat, flying back to Kansas City, then flying to the West Coast to play the Oakland Raiders. And I loved what the Oakland Raiders did on Monday Night Football game. That was a clean executed beating of the Denver Broncos, which is only going to give them a little bit more support heading into this game, another conference game, which can you imagine? If the Oakland Raiders opened up 2-0 without AB, it would be bedlam out there in Oakland. Now, do I think they can win the football game? Probably not so much, but when you're trying to take an underdog, you want to think they can win the game. But if they're not, how about taking 7 or 7.5? Now, the 7.5s pretty much are gone off the board. The 7s primarily across the board, I still agree with it. Tyreek Hill is going to be out. You saw that offense still motor last week against a really talented Jaguars defense, who I do think quit a little bit, but still talented nonetheless. This Oakland Raiders defense not near as good on paper as the Jacksonville Jaguars. I think we'll get some points in this one, but I actually think the Raiders are going to keep this one closer than that 7. I would lean. I'm not taking it, but if I had to take a play here, I'm going to lean Oakland Raiders. I like them getting the 7 here, Jimmy.
I get it. The Raiders look very good week 1. They had so much to prove week 1. Do they have the same here? Whale Capper, Chiefs, Raiders.
Yeah, this is 2x for me on the Raiders. This is the upset of the week. I think they are very live to win outright. The Chiefs had a very physical game. That first half especially was very physical in Jacksonville in the heat. A lot of pieces banged up. No Tyreek Hill is a huge issue as you go against this Raiders team. The Raiders on offense were spectacular against a very good defense in the Denver Broncos. They were getting the ball out fast. When they had time, Carr was hitting his receivers deep. This is a complete, it's a young, hungry, healthy team in the Oakland Raiders at home hosting a division foe who's traveling across the country, on back-to-back weeks and is a little banged up and is a little beleaguered. I think the Raiders are very live in this one.
Yeah, I hear that. I absolutely hear that. It's I'm probably not going to make a move at all on this Chiefs Raiders.